Blackstone presents The Secret of Bagnett Hall by Norman Russell. This book is read by Antony Ferguson. 1. Bagnett Hall, November 2016. Janet Baxter, battling through the driving rain of the autumn storm, managed to bring her Citroen to a juddering halt on a grass verge before its puny engine stalled. She switched off the ignition, rummaged in her bag, and produced a packet of Rothman's king size. "Smoking kills," it said on the packet. Yes, but not yet. All the windows had missed it up, so she cleared the windscreen with the sleeve of her jumper and peered out into the rain. All she could see was saturated countryside, waterlogged fields of winter crops, and impenetrable banks of trees dipping their heads in tribute to the strong wind. No villages, no houses, no farm buildings, nothing but the centuries-old agricultural topography of Lincolnshire. Janet lit a cigarette, glanced uncomprehendingly at her map, and threw it back on the passenger seat. Why had she ventured out on such a day, and so late in the afternoon? The landlord of the pub she'd stopped in earlier had assured her that it wouldn't take more than an hour for her to get to Shipton Magna, the most haunted village in Lincolnshire, where she'd planned to visit the church and hear the story of the headless verger. She'd brought her Leica with her, as photographs were vital in books about haunted England. Her first book on the subject had been accepted by a thriving publisher and had done very well. This new collection of stories could make her name in the ghost-seeking genre. She had become completely lost some 5 miles back, and no longer knew where she was or in what direction she was traveling. She looked at herself in the rearview mirror and saw a pair of determined blue eyes staring back at her. Her mascara was clogged, and her blonde hair looked cramped and crushed under the plastic rain hood. Time to move on. She held the ignition key for a moment between her fingers and experienced a stomach-churning conviction that the engine would not start. When it did, she sighed with relief, threw her cigarette out of the window, and moved forward off the grass verge. She no longer cared about the most haunted village in Lincolnshire. All she wanted to do was re-establish contact with the human race in any shape or form. She had driven for no more than a couple of 100 yards when she saw a signpost pointing down a narrow lane dipping away to her left. Bagnett Hall, half a mile. The rain was increasing in volume.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?